Okay, so now we're going to create the login page. So if I go into pages and a new file called login.tsx, and then essentially I'm just going to copy what's on home and paste that in here. And home, it will be turned to login. We are going to create a component called sign up. So sign up, which will get rendered on the login page. So if we go into our component folder and create a new folder named sign up, and in here create a new file named index.tsx, and we're just going to say RFCE as we won't need any props being passed down for this. So this will be named sign up. And now if I go back in login and import this in and now save, and if we go into localhost 3000/login, we now have the sign up component rendering on there. So if I go into my sign up component, essentially what we want to do is render out the CTA and the background image for the Disney login page. So we will have the Disney logo, the headline, the description, and the input field, which will be the email input, and the button to sign up. This will all be visual, so there won't be any functionality other than when we click the button, we will be signing in and then getting redirected to the home page. If I copy what I already have and paste this in, so in my return block, I want to render out the following. So we have a container that has a CTA, and within the CTA, we have our logo. We are loading lazy, so this is a shorthand method to do lazy loading for your image. We have a headline, a description, an input component, which we will comment out for now because we need to make that, and a description saying you get 12 months for the price of 10. So all we need to do now is create a new file called styles.tsx and then import the styles in also. So just to highlight the styles, the background is going to be covered with an image. So we're going to give it a position of relative and a min height of 100 viewport height. The URL is copied from the login page on the Disney Plus website. And then everything else is self-contained. So the CTA will be hovering on the left. So it will have a padding of 80 and 40 pixels with a max width of 650 pixels. And then we have some media queries handling the width and the align items. So the logo will take up 50% of its container. The headline has a font size of 1.5 rem and align the text to the left. And then the description has a font size of 11 pixels also. So now if I import these from the styles file, and now if I save all, we have everything rendering, but the text is in black, so we can't see it. So what I need to do is go into my global styles and give the headings and the p tag a color. So if I paste them in and save, we now can see the text. And if I expand out, the image is also on the right. We just now need to insert the input component. So if I create that now, so if I close my header and within sign up, I want to create a new folder. This will be called input, and in here we're going to have an index.tsx file or FCE, as this will not receive any props, and this will be named input. So in here we're going to have a container once again, and within this container we're going to first off have an email input field, which will have no functionality, with the placeholder equal to email. And then we will also have a sign up link. So this will have functionality. So sign up link, and the text inside will say continue. So now on the sign up link, we need an on click, and on the on click, we are going to get the sign in function from Next Auth React. So sign in from Next Auth React like so. So that's the functionality there complete. We just need to add the styling for the input. So again, styles.tsx, and I'm just going to copy over my styles for this. So paste this in. We have the container, which has a width of 100%, a display of flex, align item center and justify content center, a margin, and a flex wrap of wrap. The email input is a styled.input, and we have given this a background color of the dark gray with a border of the dark grey also, and that's 1px solid. The color within is props.theme.white, and then we are going to give this a flex of 0.7, which means that it would take up 70% of its 100% width, which is declared up here. The sign up link would be a link that takes up 30% as its width, and also a background color of bright blue and some padding on there as well. So if I go into the index and import these files from the styles, and now if I save, and what I need to do also is render the input, so inserting that, and I'm importing it from /input, and now save. We now have the input rendering on the page, as you can see. So there are two entry points to log in, so you can log in here or you can log in there also. So now if I go back into my login page, what I want to do is add some functionality in here to say when we log in, we want to then redirect to the home page. So what we want to do is get access to useSession from Next Auth React, and within there we are destructuring the data and the status. So within the data we can access the session, and essentially what we want to do is if there is a session, then we want to redirect to the home page. So what we need is a router, so that is from Next Router. So if I import const router is equal to use router from Next Router, like so. So now if we have a session we want to push, so router dot push to an object containing the path name. We want to push the path name to the /, and now if I save, we want to do this on the page load, so we can use effect, and in here we are passing in a callback, which is this code snippet here that we have just created. So if there is a session, and we only want to do this on page load, so we pass in an empty dependency, so when the component mounts we pass in, if there is a session, router.push to the path name of /, which is the home page directory. And then we also want to return anonymous function. So now if I save, I want to add another guard clause in there. So if status, which is what we are accessing from the session, is equal to or triple equal to the string of loading, then we just want to return a p tag saying loading. And just finally, to add extra checks, we want to say if there is no session, then we want to return the sign up page. So now if I save and go onto the home page, the functionality is still not there. So what we want to do is we want to go into our API and Next Auth TS. We need to add a callback in here. So what I will do is just copy what I already have. So the callbacks will be added in here. So if the URL includes /login, we want to return the home page. If the URL doesn't include the /, meaning we're on the home page, then return to /login. So now if I save all and go into my terminal, restart my server, so take it out and yarn dev again and refresh my page and go into /login. And then if I log in now, I now get directed to the home page. So now that is the login and functionality for the login page complete. Next, we will do the home page.